Previously on Baseball Night in New York.
They don't sign Pete. It's gonna be a big mistake for the Mex. I mean, Pete Alonso. He said he coming from the system. He played every single day. I mean, it's hard to find the guy to do that. Just give it 5 years to the guy. I mean, he's 30. Just 5 years to the guy. I mean,
spoken like a true big leaguer. Yeah.
Well, just make it happen. 5 years, please. Bring it down, please.
That was a great moment.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. All right, so you said 5 years. Let's talk about a guy, Pete Alonso, obviously going to be a free agent again. Jim, you projected 5 years, $175 million.
Right.
If that's what it takes, Jose, should the Mets do that?
You guys know my feeling. Yes. I think Alonso, he need to finish his career here in New York. So, but something that I was concerned a little bit after the last game of the season that I see him talk after they lost that game, like he said right away, I'm going to be out of my contract. So it's something there, like he know that he not going to be back. So that's something that I can say back in my mind. But, they need to find a way to sign Peter. Because the guy, like I said, he play every single day. He almost 40 homer, 100-something IBR. Who gonna do that? Who they got right now who can put that number?
Have you ever talked to him about this? Because you're the perfect person to ask. You were a part of a core tandem. Like, I know it was different where the Mets didn't give you the offer that you wanted. The Mets do want him back, but he might be chasing a bigger contract. And so, whatever, all due respect, he can do whatever he wants. But as somebody who left for more money, and you've admitted...
They don't left for more money. They don't offer anything, so...
Okay, they don't...
Zero offer.
Yes.
So maybe a little bit different, but still, you know what it's like to leave.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to him about that and give him advice on it?
When I went this year to the Sower Series to Yankee Stadium, and I told Pete, I was the one who was talking in the show, do they need to bring you back? And they did. So you need to finish your career here in New York. But, it's hard to...
It's about the money. It's about the money.
Right now, it's about the money.
Right,
yes,
right.
it's about the money right now.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll see what happens, and I'm sure we'll talk about this plenty more in the offseason. Harp wrote a column on a possible replacement for Pete Alonso. I got to say, Harp, I got excited after reading your column. What's the alternative if, in fact, Pete leaves?
Well, I'm talking to people about this Mets core, what should you do to change the core? And first of all, people are saying you don't need to overreact, basically, because you got guys like Benz, Jet Williams, you got some prospects coming. But the problem with Alonso, and I agree with you, I mean, this lineup needs him. But the problem is his defense has really become an issue. The throwing in particular, go all the way back to the Senga throw that cost him the hamstring
We got
injury.
a DH in the National League. We got a
well,
DH.
that's what. But that's the point. He doesn't want a DH. So the alternative is, so that's what these scouts I was talking to were saying. Well, if you go sign Schwarber, that kind of takes the problem away because now you don't have to. You can let Alonso go, and Schwarber can be your DH, and you can go get into the first baseman and can play defense as well. And Schwarber, 56 home runs, 132 RBIs. That kind of speaks for itself. He's a big-time offensive player. So I think there would be no drop-off with Alonso's gone. But, ideally, you could talk Alonso into at least being a part-time DH and bring him back that way. So I think that would be maybe a compromise. But some team offers him a chance to be the everyday first baseman. Maybe he's going to go that way.
Listen, I love Schwarber, and he hits lefty. So because you're a little left-handed if you have Schwarber over Alonso, right? You're missing a big right-handed bat, which is what the other aspect that Pete provides. The thing, and Schwarber's a great clubhouse guy, so is Pete. The thing that only concerns me just a little bit is you are locking in solely on your DH for the next 4 or 5 years with Schwarber. There's really no flexibility. He's not an outfielder anymore. You can't really. You could play him maybe 5 or 10 games. Kind of like the Red Sox did with Big Papi. Like they moved him to DH, they won with him. But I think at that point there's a little less flexibility, I think, with the roster. But if Pete doesn't come back, you don't want Schwarber to get away, if at all possible. I think it's going to be really hard to convince him to sign out of Philly.
People think he wants to go back there, and they have the money to bring him back. But you never know if Cohen throws big-time money.
Well, that's what got me excited. I want Pete over Schwarber, but I love the idea of ripping the Phillies' heart out. Go get Schwarber, rip their heart out.
I was talking to a Phillies media person who said if they see Cohen coming after Schwarber, they're going to be scared the heck out of the Phillies fans.
That's what I want. All right, Jose, what do you think, Pete or Schwarber?
I know you won't. Come on, Sal.
All right, but
come on.
I know, I get it. You love the Mets, you love Pete, but there's a lot of players. Kyle Schwarber's arguably the best hitter in the game outside of.
I want Pete Alonso back.
Are you going to talk him into being a DH?
Let me talk to him. It's time for sure.
Part-time DH. You can talk to Pete to say, hey, part-time, you play DH half the season, you play first half the season. I do think that I would not break that contract.
He's an employee. If they pay the money to DH, he need to DH. What happened to Derber? from Boston. He don't want to play
Right.
third base. What happened?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're an employee.
So you're saying the money talks?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why he go to the free
I think
agent
it'll be a lot easier to convince him there if you pay him what he wants.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go, Pete. 5 years, $175 million, but you need to DH.
You're going to have to
part-time.
talk about that ahead of time, though. You're not just going to tell him afterward. Yeah.
Understood.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Right.
And then when he does sign, then we get Pete on the couch here. We could all hang out and celebrate.
Let's
'Cause
go.
You're the guy that made it happen.
Let's go, Mex.
All right, there you go. Still